Hello friends, welcome back to our little coffee club. I'm finally gonna get around to unboxing and showing you guys my April brewer. If you guys are not following Patrick from April and the whole entire April coffee adventure, he has a YouTube channel. Patrick's business is kind of well developed, let's say, because he has the brewer. He is an active competitor on the world stage, so he's been in the big competitions and done very well in the past. He also roasts coffee and sells coffee, and so check his whole thing out. I'll try to include some of his information here on the screen for you guys to check him out later. But anyway, the April brewer, it's a big thing. The April brewer is one of those I have to say it's probably a lot of people's go-to brewer. It's a flat bottom brewer, and as of yet, you guys have not seen me use a flat bottom brewer here on the channel. So I wanted to get at least one, and of course I'm gonna go for the April. We got, I already opened the box, but the reason why, after I opened the box, and by the way, I've had it already for, I think, months. I've had so many things to review and so many things to get into here on the channel that I really didn't have, the time to dedicate to this brewer. So I wanted to start learning it and using it. So I would do just like a regular kind of, my take on it. But when I opened the box for the first time, I thought like, well, these people kind of go the extra mile. Maybe I should do an unboxing. So I bought it from Slow Pour, and I will try to include some of their information here on the screen as well, so you guys can check that out. But I bought it directly from Slow Pour, and wow, they go kind of like the extra mile here as far as the way that they do this. Let me get this open. I received this box and I kind of have forgotten everything that I ordered, or, I guess I forgot everything I ordered. But, when I saw this stuff and the way they packaged it, I thought, maybe we'll do an unboxing, because it's kind of like, they put like little paper on top, I mean, it's not a big deal, but I thought like, wow, they take the extra care, so you get some nice packaging. Individual little boxes inside, so everything is very nicely packaged. You get the little thank you card and everything. I just felt like, they go the extra mile. So I think I'll do an unboxing and show the coffee fam here, my little coffee family. Okay, so we got some filters. These are filters. I got the April recommended filters for their brewer, and I think they're very involved in the development of this paper and what they wanted to do for their brewer. So, why not? Why not give it the best chance at brewing the best possible coffee with the April brewer? Of course, today I'm gonna use it for the first time, and I might not get it spot on. It's the first time I'm trying it. So, I'll report back. Of course, I'll report back. But keep in mind, this is the very first time. So let's see what I could do with it. All right, so what else we have in here? Just some more packaging stuff. They even put paper on the bottom, so. And they included a little sticker. It's a little origami. So why not? I figured, this is pretty cool. They go a little bit the extra mile to package everything. And all right, so that's enough of the box. Now, here's another interesting thing. I forgot that I had ordered this, but we got some Cyberus paper to play with. So we'll do that on a different video. Obviously it's not even open or anything, so I have to learn a little bit about this before I try to dive into it. But you guys know this is like premium. This is like the top of the top in the paper game. So I have to learn a little bit about it. And then one day we'll make a video and talk to you guys about the Cyberus paper. Right now it's the morning, so I'm doing my morning brew, and we're gonna do it with the April brewer. Give me a second, I'm gonna wash it and rinse it out well, and then I'll set up at the other counter and we'll do a pour over. Okay, we're good to go. Let's see what we have in the box. So you see they put a little dot depending on the color that you order. I got the orange one. And here it is, my little April brewer. Let's get one paper out so you guys could see, and then I'm going to wash the little brewer. Okay, wow, these are tiny. All right. Okay, so my first flat bottom brewer. Wow, this is really tiny. I'm surprised too. I don't know. It's supposed to fit perfectly. I guess it's the one they sell for this brewer. But, all right, in a minute we'll get it all rinsed up. You know, another thing is I can use this with the origami. Let's take a look. I've never tried. But here's my origami dripper. And yeah, sure enough, wow, that fits perfect on the origami. Well, we'll try this one day as well. You guys know the origami, I think is, I don't know, in my opinion, it's probably like the fastest brewer out there, especially if you use the flat bottom. Okay, we'll do that another time. Let's keep going here with the April. Give me a second, I'm gonna wash it, and then, you know, the kettle's up to temperature, so then we'll give everything a good rinse and make our brew. Okay, let me just take it off of here. I already broke the seal because, and then I'm like, wow, I didn't even finish unwrapping this thing. But there you see it, really nice. I love the orange. Wow, that's gorgeous. I love this. Yeah, it fits perfect. Why wouldn't it? It's the filter they make for it. So obviously it's perfect. All right, let me wash it and I'll get right back with you guys. Okay, we should be all good to go here. So I gave it a good rinse, washed it. Here's the filter. We're gonna, in a second, rinse everything out and start warming up the cup. Let me make sure this angle works for you guys. The only thing I don't like is that you guys can't really see the timing. So let's see if I can move this a little bit. I hate the way it looks like it's like kind of lopsided or something, but I do want you guys to see the timing. Okay, what about if I sit it like that? I'll be standing off to the side, but that'll work. Yeah, this will work. Okay, let me reposition this. Okay, right there, I think you guys have a good view. I think for you guys, that is a good spot there. So let's start the scale. Not sure why I've never positioned it this way so you guys could see the timing, but funny. I've made like 50 videos brewing coffee already like this. I never thought about it. You know, for a while I wanted to do like that overhead angle so I could go between one angle and this angle and the overhead angle, which I really like, but then I had to set up two cameras and it became too much. So this will work. Okay, let's give it a rinse. Now, water temperature is at 92. In a second, I'm gonna explain why. So again, rinsing the paper is absolutely necessary. You know, maybe not. I've told you guys before, but I always do. It's good practice. Why not? Doesn't hurt anything. You know, what I really do like about rinsing the paper is that I can position the paper and get it to stick to the walls of the brewer better, and it just works better when you rinse. So, all right, so that's done now. Let's put the hot water into the cup. A few videos back, I forgot that step. Okay, that's very little water. I'm gonna have to put some more here. Again, first time I'm using this brewer, so even the amount of water that you use to rinse and to heat things up, you kind of have to get used to that. Plus I'm recording, so I'm not paying the same kind of attention. All right, let's try again. Again, this is my morning coffee. Sometimes it's a little difficult getting started without having my coffee first, but I haven't had any coffee today. And again, I'm planning on recording 2 videos, so by the end of all this, I'm gonna be fully caffeinated. The other one will be my afternoon brew, so we'll be fine, Okay, so as far as grinding, we're getting everything warmed up, but let's talk about grinding. I'm gonna grind at 7, and reason why I think this is a very fast brewer, but I'm going to brew some of Brian's coffee, and it's very light, light roast. I wanna get the sweetness out. Very first time I use a flat bottom dripper, so my understanding is that it's quite a fast dripper. So being that the contact time between the hot water and the grounds is probably not gonna be very long. You know, I might get like a 3-minute brew time. That's what I'm shooting for, 300 grams like always. The pouring structure that Patrick likes to use on the April for the most part, he does 100-gram pours, and he does 50, you know, I don't remember if the breakup is 50-50, but that's what I'm gonna do. He might have a little bit different breakup, but I'm gonna do 50 grams circle and finish with 50 grams center. I'm going to do that 3 times. Hopefully we'll finish the whole entire brew in about 3 minutes. So I'm gonna grind at 7, that is quite fine, but being that this is a, you know, pretty fast brewer, I think we'll be good there. And Brian's coffee, if you wanna get that sweetness out, you know, and with a fast drawdown, I think I might need a little bit finer grind with this brewer. So let's see how it works out. We'll see. Okay, so let's dose out 20 grams. Again, we're gonna do 20 grams in, 300 grams out. So that's a 1 to 15. You know, I know 1 to 15 is not for everyone. Some people like 1 to 16, even 1 to 17. But you guys know how I like that punchier coffee. So it's what I'm into. Okay, Brian's coffee. And again, I have very little bit of it. And I have to, I'm gonna have to portion out, you guys, well, by now you guys have seen that. I portioned out some to do a review in January. Who knows if this will be out before then. But we're gonna do a comparison between all the best coffees of 2023. I've talked about that already quite a few times here on the channel. All right, so we need 20 grams. Okay, now we went over. 20 grams exactly. And again, guys, when you store coffee in one of these containers, always leave the label in there or do something so that you don't forget what's in there. Believe me, you will forget if you don't label it somehow. Now that I have some guidance as far as the way Brian says to brew these coffees, that's why I lowered the temperature to 92, because that was part of the guidance. But at the time when I first started talking about his coffees, he hadn't given that guidance. So I didn't know about water temperature, or, you know, he did give some guidance as to espresso. I had seen that video. And now I know that he's gonna be giving very specific instructions for the coffees that come out. And that was one of the things I was really hoping for to happen. So I really wanted him to do that. It looks like he's going to do that. All right, so on the hand grinder, it should take about 30 seconds to grind this. Okay, it's all done. Again, wow. This is the coffee with the most wonderful aroma I have ever had. When it comes to the aroma, this is the top of the top. Again, I reviewed this coffee already on the channel. Look back on the videos, you'll see it there. Brian Kwan's coffee. Wow, it's just blowing me away right now with the aroma. It's just crazy. Oh wait, what am I doing? Forgot to look at the retention. All right, 20 grams, 19.9, pretty much the same thing. All right. Okay, so retention's not really a thing on hand grinders, especially on the, you know, I don't know about all of them, but especially on the K+. You know, it's usually what you put in is what you get out. I have shown you guys before that I give it a couple of taps like this, and you do get a little bit of something, you know. Okay, the very first thing I like doing is kind of stirring up the grounds here in the cup. So when I put it into the brewer, it's already nice and fluffy and declumped. It's an extra step that doesn't hardly take any time, so why not do it? Okay, so 20 grams. Okay. Man, the aroma is just crazy right now. Wow, that's wonderful. Okay, so let's tear the scale. Start the time now. Being that I'm doing 3 pours of 100, I'm gonna try to see if I can wait about, well, usually on the origami, it only takes like 35 seconds for the first pour to drain through. So we'll see how it goes here. Okay, start the time. Okay, so we're gonna start with 50-gram circle. And then 50 grams center until we get to 100. Okay, went a little bit over. So again, you know, I've never seen Patrick do any kind of like agitation and swirling or any of that stuff. So I'm gonna kind of like follow his instructions and see what we get. So I'm gonna wait about 40 seconds. It's not drained all the way through yet. Still dripping. Okay, let's go with the second pour. Again, we go 50 circle. Okay, exactly 150, and then 50 center. Okay, just short of 200, really close. You know, this grind, I think is gonna be too fine for this coffee because I see the water's like almost all the way to the top. Let me show you guys. You can see it there. It's kind of high up on the brewer. Okay, let me put this back. Get ready for the next pour. Okay, here we go, the final pour. So we're gonna go again, 50 circle. And 50 center. Okay, we're at 302. I can turn off the kettle now. Okay, let me show you guys a little bit of the final drawdown. But there you see it, we're at 302. So it went quite high on the filter. It was almost all the way to the top. Okay, we'll see when it finishes. Again, we're looking for around 3 minutes. Again, no agitation whatsoever. I just did the pouring, let the brewer do its job, and we'll see how things go. I'm not gonna be upset if it goes over 3 minutes. Believe me, it's already over 3 minutes, but usually I like that sweeter flavor, and with no agitation whatsoever, you know, even if it goes to 4 minutes, I think I'll be happy with this brew. Okay, we're just over 3.5 minutes. Let's call it, I mean, it's still dripping very little. Okay, I'm just gonna call it at 3:40, 3 minutes and 40 seconds. It's pretty much done. Let me show you guys what it ended up looking like, the bed of coffee. Again, this was with no agitation. I didn't flatten it out at the end. I didn't do anything. So let's see what it looks like. Okay, so 3 minutes and 40 seconds. Again, usually I don't think Patrick does 300 grams out. So being that this is a higher kind of volume of coffee, obviously it's gonna take a little bit longer. I brewed more coffee. So, you know, I think with the timing, it should be spot on. All right, there you see it. There's no muddiness whatsoever. We do have a little buildup of the CO2, but overall, I'm happy with this brew. Okay, let's take it over to the other counter and give it a taste test. All right, so finally, brewing with April. Here we go. Give it a nice swirl. Again, this Brian Kwan's coffee, you know, I'll put it here on the screen, the little label, so you guys once again could read it. But tasting notes, orange, eucalyptus, and that tea that I can't pronounce. Let's serve it, and let's have a taste of it as brewed on the April Brewer. Again, the most wonderful aroma. Man, you just keep getting it. Cheers, I hope you guys brewed something tasty to go along with me here. Wow. You know, it's different. I wasn't expecting it. But, you know, I think I'm planning a video. Here it is. I'm planning a video as to comparing my different, not really comparing my brewers, but giving you some overall thought or my thoughts on the different brewers that I have. And now it's quite a few of them. And I want to, I think my theory is that you can pretty much dial in pretty much the same exact flavor on a lot of different brewers for the average consumer. Okay, if you're an expert and your taste buds are like a level that 99% of us, we're not there. So to you, it's gonna taste exactly the same. And now, not on all brewers. Again, this is going to be a whole conversation for another day. Not on all brewers. There are differences, and I can taste the differences. And right now, I'm tasting the difference. But I need to do more experimentation. You know, how much different can it be, what I just got here, if I were to do it the same filter? Let's say I put it in the origami, and I go with the same pouring structure and everything in the origami. Do you think it's gonna taste that much different? I think 99% of us would not be able to tell. Again, I love the brewers, I collect them. Now I have a bunch of them, but as far as flavor, now and again, it depends. And this is again a conversation for another day, and I'll get really more in depth into it. But, obviously if you go from the April Brewer to the Tricklet, you're gonna see differences, okay? They're you will see differences. And if you go from the April Brewer to the Mocha Pot, yeah, it's totally different. That's way different. So, eventually you get to big differences. But what I mean to say overall is that, doing it, this pouring structure and the filter and everything, you do it on the April Brewer or you do it on the origami, I think you can dial it into where it's gonna be exactly the same, or at least to 99% of us. All right, cheers. Okay, so what's the difference? I don't know if it's the timing, the grind size, the paper, the brewer. I don't know what I don't know what to say. Or maybe the water temperature. Wow, I didn't think about that. You know what? I think most likely it's the water temperature. Okay, because brewing on the Steadfast or on the April, I think you can dial it in almost the same. The difference here, I'm gonna attribute to the water temperature. Maybe Brian is onto something. He said 92. I tried it at 92, and there is a little more brightness and a little bit more tasty notes. Maybe I can taste the coffee now a little bit more the way it was really meant to. And that's why I really wanted him to make these videos as far as, specific guidance for all the different coffees. And that's what he's planning on doing. And I think it's gonna be done by the actual person that developed the roast. So they're gonna film it in the coffee shop where they develop. That's what I'm imagining, okay? I haven't seen it. But basically the video and the guidance is gonna be filmed by someone in the coffee shop that developed the roast. So I think that's gonna be super fun. So I can't wait for that to start happening. But so Brian now has his own little, he has his own YouTube channel for the Asia Roasting Project, and it's its own thing, and that's where he's gonna be posting these kind of videos. So I'll be on the lookout. But now back to April. I have to say it's a lovely little brewer. I love the way it looks. Obviously it's my very first try at it. So I do like what I'm getting here, but again, with this coffee, it's gonna be hard for you to miss. You know, one of his tasting notes was orange, and I never got on board with the actual orange. But now, the way I brewed it now, I'm gonna get on board with that. I could definitely see it. Wow. You know, I can definitely see it. You know, I don't know how much was the April brewer or the paper. I don't know. Maybe it had a lot to do with it as well. Again, I'm still learning, guys. I'm always learning from you guys. So, but I do have to say, it is different. And I am definitely getting that orange. I know it's been suggested, okay? But I could see myself, if I tried this without knowing the tasting notes, I would absolutely guess at tangerine or orange or something like that. Maybe I would go more for the tangerine. But again, there's a variety of oranges as well. So there is a tanginess, a little more tanginess than I would get on your average orange. Wow, this is wonderful. You know, April, good job. Patrick, by the way, you know, Patrick from Brewing with April, Patrick has been visiting different brewers from around the world and brewing coffee with them in their house. So I have found this series of videos, and again, he has a lot of videos, so check them out on YouTube. But this series of videos where he goes and brews at people's houses, I think it's the best series he's done so far. I love it. I really love it. To see different people's takes, you know, as to the way they use the April brewer, what they like doing as far as water, the grinders. It's very interesting. I have found it like outstanding. This is a mind-blowing, absolutely awesome cup of coffee. Now in January, we're gonna compare this coffee versus the one I have, the plum coffee from September, versus the Good Brothers Technical Processing, and we're gonna crown a champion for 2023. I've had a bunch of coffees this year, and these are definitely three of the top of the top. I might have been able to sprinkle one or two more in there because I've had so many good coffees. This could easily have turned out to be 6 coffees, you know, double as much as I finished with, but I didn't have that idea until the year was almost done. But I could have had maybe like 6. So if I end up with that many coffees next year, I'm gonna have to do like a tournament style, where one day I brew 2 of them and one moves forward, and then I brew again 2 of them and one moves forward until we crown a champion, because I don't like throwing away coffee. Everything I brew here on this channel, unless I messed it completely up and I have to throw it away, like, you know, like it happens. But other than that, I drink everything. I don't throw away good coffee. There's no way. Well, it's just wonderful. Absolutely delicious. Check out Patrick and the April Brewing channel, and check out his website, and maybe buy some of his coffee. Again, the April Brewer, I loved it. We'll revisit it and I'll report back to you guys on it. But for now, I don't want this video to get super long, because I'm gonna have a lot of editing to do pretty soon, because like I said, I'm gonna keep recording this weekend, and I wanna do as many videos as possible, because in January, I do have something planned in January. You guys will see. I'm gonna bring you along. You guys will see that. But it's gonna keep me out of the house for a little bit, and you know, I won't be able to record and edit as much, so I have to be ready for that. So in the meantime, thank you for watching. I appreciate you guys a whole bunch. You guys know that the engagement below in the comments is what really makes it worth it for me. I really like talking to you guys. Those of you that have reached out on Instagram, thank you. Again, I hope you guys brewed something tasty to go along with me here. And you guys know I love my little coffee family. I think this video will be up sometime in December. But if it's January, then I wish you guys all the best for this new year. I hope that you guys will have a lot of health and happiness for you and your loved ones. We'll hang out on Sundays. You guys can count on it and look for it. I'll be here to keep you company for an hour or so. But anyway, cheers. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you next week.